89-mile-an-hour four-seamer, and the count 0-1 on Apple, who was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday in game one of this home-and-home against Brewster. 0-1. Hooked to the right side and out of play. 0-2 on Apple. Base is clear. Nobody out. The 0-2. Breaking ball down and away, 1-2. First slider of the at-bat for Gaines Estridge. Looks in, trying to start his day with 7 straight hitters retired. 1-2. Just inside. Tough take from Apple. Change up at the knees, and the count's 2-2.
Yeah, Wareham was putting really good swings on Estridge in that last inning. 3 fly balls. Apple working a nice count here.
2-2. Called strike 3. Bottom third rings up Apple. Third strikeout of the day for Gaines Estridge. 1 gone in the 7th. Third. We're not in the 7th yet.
Well, you thought it was 7 because he's retired 7 in a row.
That's right. 7th hitter in Foster Apple. It's been a good start for Gaines Estridge. Trying to continue that here. Now against Carter Groen, the right-handed right fielder. Came in as a pinch hitter yesterday. Played the final couple of innings. Right on right. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. Misses downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes on Groen. Estridge readies from the belt. Kicks and deals. Outside. Back-to-back fastballs. Estridge behind 2 balls and no strikes. Groen batting 190 this summer. Still relatively early in his Gatemen tenure. His 7th game of the summer today, 2-0. Another fastball, another one below the zone. 3-0 the count on Groen. Started his summer with 3 hits in the first 2 games. Since then, just 1 hit in the last 4. 3-0 from Estridge. Finally finds the zone. Takes a little bit off the fastball. It was 88 miles an hour down the middle for strike 1.
All 3 misses bottom of the zone there before finding that strike.
3-1 the count. Base is clear. Estridge delivers. Checks his swing. The appeal down. Yes, he did. Count runs full on Groen. Three-two the count. 1 away. Estridge grips the ball behind his back, comes set at the belt. 3-2. Slider fouled away. Groen got a piece of it late, just stayed alive, and count now 3-2.
Yeah, good fight there. Tried to slow him up, just does enough to stay alive.
Groen batting 8th today for the Gatemen. Try to give Wareham its first base runner. Payoff. Fly ball, right side, foul ground, Harvey over, up against the dugout, and it sails to the right of the netting, and another foul ball from Carter. Groen stays alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat, forthcoming.
This is by far and away the best at-bat we've seen today from a Gateman hitter on Estridge. He just had to use all of his stuff. He has not gone above the mid part of the zone in this AB.
Trying to stay down and away against Carter Groen. 3-2 from the windup. Estridge deals. Flied out into right field. Long run for Cash Strayer into foul ground. Continues to sprint. And it falls foul. Groen takes a long walk back to the batter's box. Had sprinted about 80% of the way between home plate and first base. And now will battle once again. 9-pitch at bat now.
Really good stuff from both sides.
Estridge retired Apple on 5 pitches. Needing at least 9 to sit down Groen. The 3-2 ground ball right at second. Tristan McClatty squares up, goes to first, and the 9-pitch at bat goes the way of the pitcher and gains Estridge 8 up, 8 down.
That was really good from Groen. He battled. Ground ball to the right side at the end of it. Thought he could have gotten a little bit more, but made him really take out the whole arsenal in that at-bat, and you hope that helps out the rest of this Wareham order.
Yeah, Henry DeGiorgio got to watch it all from the on-deck circle. Digs in now, another left-handed hitter for the Gatemen. 1 of 4 in the lineup today. He swings and misses and loses the bat in the process. Lost all of it, and it came flying towards us behind home plate and ricocheted off the chain link fence that protects the fans here at Stony Brook Field, wrapping around the first base side to the third base dugout.
And he immediately motioned to the dugout to get some sticky stuff to get on that bat because it completely slipped out of his hands.
It came twirling through the air here at Stony Brook Field. Now digs back in. 0-1 with 2 out. The 0-1. High chopper over to second. Gloved by McClatty. Short little flip over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. Estridge perfect through his first time up and down the Wareham lineup. No score between the Gatemen and Whitecaps. 7-8-9 due up for Brewster when we return.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Bottom of the 3rd, no score between Wareham and Brewster with Dan Shalam. I'm Adam Hipsky. It's a pitcher's duel so far, Dan, with Tristan McClatty, Eddie Yaman, and Jamie Daly due up for the Whitecaps.
Certainly is. Estridge, the starter for Brewster, 9 up, 9 down. Lee has matched it so far, 6 up, 6 down for him.
And trying to continue it here. Lefty, righty, lefty. It starts with the second baseman, McClatty. Lee brings it down to the belt, out of the windup. First pitch of the frame is a called strike. Goes change up outer third. Gets ahead 0-1. McClatty in just his 4th game of the summer for Brewster, who has already clinched a playoff spot. Wareham obviously still fighting for that 4th and final spot in the West. The 0-1 cut on and missed. Sinker from Lee gets himself ahead in the count, 0-2. The one game that everyone in Wareham keeping a close eye on, Katuitt and YD. Right now the Kettleers with a 2-0 lead. The 0-2 just outside. Back to the sinker for Lee. Count 1-2. But that a game that a lot of people certainly expect YD to control, but Katuitt could potentially steal one. Trying to extend its 2-point lead on the Gatemen. 1-2 is just inside.
Well, that's a Wareham team that beat YD when they were in the last position in the West as well. So, sure, YD really sharp, but it's baseball. Anyone's beatable.
The only 2 games in action right now across the Cape. 2-2 from Lee. Fastball sails high and the count runs full. McClatty with just one hit so far this summer. He's 1 for 8. A 3-ball, 2-strike count. Lee nods in agreement with Nikolai. 3-2. Comebacker goes right to Lee, and he leaps, takes a few steps towards first. Underhand flips, and McClatty is retired. 7 hitters to the plate for Brewster, 7 sent back to the dugout. Good start for Peyton Lee once again in the third.
And that was a great battle from him right there to work himself back into the count after, being up 0-2, it going to 3-2, locates the zone, forces the ground ball, gets 1 out.
Here's Eddie Yaman now, the right-handed catcher, one of just 2 right-handers in the Brewster lineup. First pitch from Lee. Slider inside, 1-0. Yaman was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday, but he's done damage this summer against the Gatemen. Had a home run. That was back on July 1st. 1-0. Slider down and in, called a strike. Bases clear with 1 away. Bottom of the third. Lee, the 1-1. Pitch up and in. Lost control of the slider that time, and a count 2-1.
We haven't seen Lee really get into that much trouble in counts. That full count against McClatty was the first time he seemed to be losing a little bit of control, but he's been really sharp for the most part.
He's behind right now, 2-1. Kicks, fires, outside. First 3-1 count of the day for Peyton Lee. Time dealt a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Deep breath. Lee, the 3-1. Cut on and missed. 91-mile-an-hour fastball, bottom third. And back-to-back full counts now for Peyton Lee.
Walks have been a problem for him. At least 2 in every appearance he's made so far this summer. Trying to avoid that here.
Hasn't issued one today. He's been perfect. The 3-2. Breaking ball tails low. Tried to get Yaman to chase. Didn't get it. First base runner of the day for Brewster is a 1-out walk. And Eddie Yaman sheds the leg guard and takes a trip down the first base line.
Well, there you go. It wasn't necessarily a bad pitch there from Lee, but was trying to get Yaman to chase. And a full count. He's a disciplined hitter. He's not going to move. And the first runner aboard in this ball game.
Now the 9th hitting left fielder, Jamie Daly, digs in from the left side. Lee has to work around the first base runner of the day. Yaman, not a ton of speed on the base paths. First pitch spiked in the dirt, and Nikolai bounces it in front of him to keep it within the field of play and prevent Yaman from moving over to second. Stays put. It's 1 ball and no strikes with 1 away in the bottom of the third. No score between Wareham and Brewster. Whitecaps trying to sweep this 2-game set against the Gatemen. Even though the Whitecaps have secured their spot in the Cape League playoffs, still a lot to play for Brewster. Trying to catch YD. 1-0. Cut on and missed. Ball and a strike. Right now, Brewster currently sits 6 points behind YD. With a win and a YD loss, can trim that to 4, but obviously Red Sox still with a game to make up after yesterday's clash with Hyannis postponed. 1-1. Fastball down and in. Below the knees for ball 2. But Whitecaps certainly not out of it in terms of taking home that East Division crown. Two-one. Flied out of play, left side. Count evens at 2-2. Not only would you get home field advantage, Dan, as the East Division winner for the first and second round, but almost certainly you would get it for the championship.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, Bourne atop the West Division with the check on first. Yaman back, kind of dives in, but gets stopped by his knees. What'd you call that? Sliding?
Like a jump. That just, maybe like a,
2-2 cut on and miss as we're trying to.
I was going to say, it kind of looked like a belly flop.
Either way, Yaman back safely and Daly back to the dugout on strikes. Second strikeout of the day for Peyton Lee. He's done a nice job trying to work around this one-out walk. It's back to the top of the order for the Whitecaps. Michael Torres 0 for 1 with the ground out. 3 for 10 against Wareham this summer, though. Lee hunched over. Ready's at the belt. From the stretch, deals a first pitch sinker low of the zone for ball 1. Torres top 5 in the Cape League in batting average. Has swung at a .309 clip this summer. Shakes off a couple of signs from McClyde. Now comes set. Another throw over to first. This time pretty easy to describe how Eddie Yaman got back to the bag. He just took one step across his body and remained standing.
Yeah, that was a lot more seamless.
1-0 runner on first. 2 down. Lee delivers. Ground ball over to the right side. Gloved at second by Hamilton. An easy pitch and catch over to Paso for the third out of the inning. Brewster gets a base runner for the first time today, but after that, strikeout, ground out to end the threat in the third. We are through 3 innings at Stony Brook Field. Scoreless between Whitecaps and Gatemen.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Top half of the fourth here in Brewster. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky in a 0-0 ball game. Wareham coming to swing it with the top of the order. It still gains Estridge on the mound right now for Brewster, and he has been so sharp in this game. 9 up and 9 down. RJ Hamilton will step in. No hits so far in the ball game through 3 innings. It's been complete deadlock. And the righty RJ Hamilton, who struck out to Estridge to start off this game, looks to change that. Estridge ready on the bump. Lines and fires. First pitch put in play out into center field. A long fly ball. Torres goes back near the wall, and he makes the play. A loud first out here in the top of the fourth.
And Wareham has made pretty good contact consistently about all of the flyouts that Wareham has put together, along with the line out. Have been good pieces. It just wood bats, and right now, not getting much help from the wind. You see the flag out in right center field. It's just totally still. So, Wareham continuing to put good swings, just haven't gotten the results.
Now the lefty, Connor Cuff. Popped out to the shortstop, Will Baker, back in the first. First pitch here from Estridge is cut on and missed. Cuff has been really good at the top of the order for Wareham. Was 1 for 4 yesterday with a double against these Whitecaps. Makes it back-to-back games for him where he's had a double and currently on a 4-game hit streak. Trying to extend it here. The 0-1. Slap to the right side and foul. cuff quickly down. No balls, 2 strikes.
Got kind of jammed on his first at-bat. Fought one off at the hands and tried to flip it out into center, but just hung up long enough for Will Baker, the shortstop, to get back on it.
Estridge comes set. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3, got him swinging. That is 11 up and 11 down for Gaines Estridge on his 4th strikeout of the afternoon.
So officially, Estridge goes longer perfect than Peyton Lee, who surrendered the 1-out walk in the 3rd. That time, I guess he already was. But still, Wareham trying to get the first hit of the game.
Coming to Clyde at the plate. The catcher batting from the right-handed side. First pitch from Estridge. Big cut and a miss on a breaker down in the dirt. 4 strike 1. Nikolai went down on strikes in his last at-bat. In his last 4, he has gone down all by way of the strikeout. 3 last night against these Whitecaps and 1 here this afternoon. The 0-1 pitch misses high and away from Estridge. He has been really efficient in his work as well. Has only tossed 45 pitches and is already through 3 2/3, looking to make that 4 flat. Estridge winds and fires. The 1-1 just misses at the bottom of the zone with the curveball. The count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. Wareham went from innings 4 through 8 yesterday without a hit. Scored 1 in the 9th. And 3 scoreless to start the day here. 2-1 is put in play over to the right side. The second baseman, Tristan McLaddy, fields. He throws on to first, and it's another perfect 1-2-3 for Gaines Estridge. 12 up, 12 down to start the game. Time to talk to our beat reporter, Jack Knight, about where some of Wareham's players have gone in the transfer portal so far this season. Jack, what do you have?
Thanks, Dan. The transfer portal has shaken up college athletics, and Wareham's clubhouse has certainly had its fair share of portal players. 17 Gatemen have committed to new schools over the summer, the most recent coming just hours ago from relief pitcher Finn Edwards. After career best numbers with the Sun Devils, he now moves to a Bulldog staff who just made Omaha. Edwards is one of 4 Gatemen with a save on the summer, but he's not the only one heading to the SEC in 2027. Wareham ace pitcher Garrett Lambert committed to Alabama. Infielder Lincoln Garcia is off to the Longhorns, and a pair of Gatemen will join Levi Clark in Tennessee. Elsewhere around the nation, Wareham slugger Cohen Akli moves from ASU to a prestigious Oregon State program. The Beavers have qualified for every NCAA tournament since 2005. Dan, so excited to watch these Gatemen at their new schools after monster summers on the Cape.
Certainly are, Jack. Thanks so much for your reporting. Love hearing from you, as always. And one of the guys not in the transfer portal, Peyton Lee, has got off to a great start here today for Wareham. 3 innings for him, has given up just 1 walk, and looks to keep it going against the 2, 3, 4 hitters in this Brewster order, Adam Hipsky.
He's been exceptional, and the difference, Dan, in my opinion, has been getting ahead in the counts. It wasn't really until the 3rd inning when he got into 3-ball counts, and even then he went 50-50, lost 1 and won 1, beat Jamie Daly on a fastball and got him to swing and miss, and let up a walk to Eddie Yaman. So if he can stay ahead in counts, and that all starts with the first pitch. Can he continue to get ahead, nothing in 1? Can he deal the first pitch strikes? Right now, no Brewster hitters have put loud outs out on the board. It's really been a lot of soft contact. So for Lee, continue to locate the zone. You're back to the top of the order. We'll see who makes the necessary adjustments. Brewster with the advantage having gone down. Lee trying to continue the success that he had first time through the lineup.
Still no hits in this game through 3.5 innings. The Whitecaps look to change that with the lefty Will Baker stepping to the plate. A slew of lefties to start off the 4th. Lee ready, fires. First pitch misses upstairs, 4-1. Like Adam mentioned, he issued the walk. That came with 1 out. In the bottom half of the 3rd, worked around it, though, got back-to-back outs. And as still not surrendered a base knock, Lee's 1 out. Finds the top part of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's just super interesting. Every out obviously matters, but yesterday Wareham didn't have much success against the starter. Right now, Brewster trying to just get to the bullpen.
Here's the 1-1. It misses down low. Both teams trying to get to the bullpen for that matter. Wareham especially. They've sent the minimum to the plate through 4 innings. Gaines Estridge has been perfect. Baker looking to build on yesterday where he launched a 2-run home run, which put the Whitecaps up 5-0 in the 7th inning. Really padded their lead, and they never looked back. Here's the 2-1. Tipped into the glove of Nikolai, falls out onto the ground, but a strike regardless. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop, who has played in just 3 games. The home run yesterday was just his 2nd hit of the season. The batting average at 200. Some easy math there, 2 for 10. Looking to find another base knock here on the 2-2 pitch. It is bounced and the dirt goes past Nikolai to the backstop, and the count runs full.
And this is exactly what I was saying for Peyton Lee. You want to avoid getting into this 3-2 count. It's just going to drive that pitch count up. Still under 50 pitches in the 4th inning, but you don't want to get to this point.
This will be number 47. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Gets Baker to strike out for the 2nd time in this game. 3rd K overall. 1 down in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, really nice job from Peyton Lee. Right there, he's gotten into 3 different 3-ball counts in the last 2 innings. And for Lee, that's when you need to be at your best. And for the most part, he has. Struck out Daly, struck out Baker. And now 1 out. Good start to his 4th.
The designated hitter this afternoon, Blaine Brown, steps in. Lined out over to R.J. Hamilton in the 1st. And off the 1st inning, the first pitch from Lee is upstairs with the fastball at 91 miles an hour. 4-1. That was a nice play that Hamilton made over there at 2nd. Leaped into the air, kind of snow coned the ball. Came down with it. Still no base hits. That would have been the 1st. 1-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. Lee moving to the slider there, which he uses more than his fastball, 40% to 38. Lee set, fires. Pitch misses down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brown playing in his 9th game of the season. Did not play yesterday. Did play in the shortened game against YD. Went 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in that one. 2-1 offering from Lee. Tapped foul in front of the plate. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, here you go. You've got another guy in a 2-strike count. Do you stay inside the zone, or do you try and work away from Brown? Obviously for Lee, you just want to retire him here, but also when you've got a guy down 2 strikes, can't give him anything over the middle.
Got the K on Baker, looking for back-to-back strikeouts to start off the bottom of the 4th. The 2-2 pitch down in the dirt, and it's consecutive full counts for Peyton Lee.
Yeah, it was right back to the slider. Tried to start at bottom 3rd and work it down and in. Brown, though, read it all the way.
Lee shakes off a couple of sides, now gets what he wants. The payoff pitch misses upstairs with the fastball. 2nd walk issued by Peyton Lee. Puts a runner at 1st with 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th.
And that's what we're talking about. Last inning, same thing. Got a couple of 3-ball counts, lost 1 to Yaman, beat Daly. That time you beat Baker, but you lose to Brown. And for Lee, when you're facing the 4 and 5 hitters, not a part of the order you typically want to gift a free one. Having to battle back now.
2 dangerous lefties. It starts with Cash Strayer. Dane Harvey waits on deck. Brown at 1st. The first pitch. Slider in the dirt. Nikolai keeps it close. And it's a 1-0 count. Strayer grounded out over to first base. Back in the 2nd. Lee set. A 1-0 pitch. Down low with the fastball. 2-0. Strayer, a .310 average with runners on. One of 4 Whitecaps to be over 300. In such scenarios, trying to deliver for his team. Looking for the first base hit, the 2-0. Misses upstairs, And the count's 3-0, the first time that we've seen Peyton Lee in a 3-ball no-strike count today.
And not ideal. Right now, this is kind of what happens when your offense can't put up runs, trying to pitch to perfection.
3-0. Get me over fastball in there for strike one. Brown, not a huge stolen base threat, has one stolen bag on one attempt this year. Lee looking to work out of a mini jam. The 3-1 pitch. Misses outside with the fastball, and that is back-to-back base on balls issued by Peyton Lee. Throws the first runner into scoring position of the day with the hard-hitting Dane Harvey coming to the plate.
And for Peyton Lee, I know you're getting deep into this game. He's done that before, though. His last 5 starts have all surpassed 60 pitches. Outside of one, he threw 59 against Shalam. But other than that, 62, 60, 68, 71. So it shouldn't be an issue of fatigue. You're approaching that 60-pitch mark here. So you have to settle in, and you got to do it quickly because this feels like a score first, win first kind of game.
Certainly does. Eric Luxus, the pitching coach for Wareham, comes out of the dugout, gets everyone together to talk this over before Harvey comes to the plate. Went 1 for 3 in his last game against YD. Has 3 jacks this season. And his last multi-hit came against Wareham. Looking to get the first base hit, first RBI, first run, all in one swing. 2 runners aboard after Lee has issued back-to-back walks. Harvey steps into the box, stares down Lee, who stares him right back, comes set at the belt, takes a look over at Brown on second, and comes home. Misses down low with the fastball for ball 1.
So much room on the left side of this infield. Obviously a lefty hitter right now, Wareham playing the pull against Harvey, but if he can shoot one the opposite way, there's a large gap between third and short. DeGiorgio, the shortstop, behind the bag at second.
Lee deals the 1-0. It misses down low. Snap throw down to second. That goes into the outfield from Nikolai. Both runners are going to move up 90 feet. And that seemed a little bit unnecessary there. Runners now at second and third in a 2-0 count.
Yeah, that throw can do more harm than help, my friend, because right there Nikolai tried to go all the way across the diamond. Was it a sizable lead from Brown? Sure, but at the end of the day, the likelihood that you cut down a runner, especially in this game when Brewster has yet to record a hit, just trust your pitcher right now and Peyton Lee. Try and get someone to roll over on 1, turn 2. Right now, you've played a really good game defensively, but now sac fly does it. Give Brewster the first run of the game.
Wareham still playing the shift. 3 infielders on the right side. The 2-0 pitch tipped into the glove of Nikolai. The count goes to 2-1. Dane Harvey knows his assignment. Just put a ball up into the outfield, and Brewster will have the lead in this game. Cohen Nikolai also has to be cautious behind the plate. Big backstop here at Stony Brook Field. Could easily score a run. Lee comes set in the 2-ball, 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. It misses high and away with the fastball. And now a dangerous 3-1 count to Dane Harvey.
First base open. Not sure if this is really a spot you want to pitch around to someone, but on the bright side, you've got Holden Pantier on deck for Brewster.
The 3-1. Non-competitive fastball high and away. And Lee has walked the bases loaded, 3 base on balls in a row. Holden Pantier will have the bases loaded with 1 down.
Peyton Lee had just been really good in those first 3 innings, but this 4th has gotten away from him. Still has yet to allow a hit. That's why if you're Eric Luxus, you've got to be hesitant on taking Peyton Lee out of this game, and I don't think he's going to, at least ahead of this battle with Pantier, but kind of frustrating on the Wareham side if you let this one get away from you.
It's been all self-inflicted. Lee trying to escape the bases loaded 1-out jam. The righty Pantier in the box. Here's the first pitch. Misses upstairs with the fastball for ball 1. Brown is at third, Strayer at second, Harvey at first. All have reached by way of the walk. There still has not been a base hit in this game. The 1-0. Fastball called a strike. Upper part of the zone. An error gets tagged on Cohen Nuclei on his throw down to second. Allows both runners to move up. The 5th error on him this season. Lee hoping that it doesn't come back to bite him. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball called strike outside part of the plate. And now Lee can see the light. Just one pitch away from the strikeout.
And this is what he hasn't done so far in this inning, getting ahead on guys. Now in a 1-2 count, finally hold the leverage.
Takes a deep breath, stares in, glove to the face, comes home. Gets a swing and a miss as Pantier launches his bat over down the third base line. He was swinging for the fences on that one. 2 down.
Not only that, but Dan, the bat is stuck in the netting. I mean, I would estimate that to be about 15, 20 feet high in the air.
Got to shake it out.
The bleachers are up there, and you've got guys that are up on the bleachers that are, I mean, let's see. Right now we've got Eddie Yaman on deck. I mean, that's got to be 20, 25 feet in the air.
I've never seen that before. It's still sitting there as Tristan McLaddy comes to the plate. Still the bases loaded with 2 down. First pitch from Lee. Misses on the outside part of the plate. You wonder the method to get that down. Do you throw another bat at it? We already saw some shaking on that screen, and it wasn't moving. It's lodged in there pretty well, with the cork of the bat being the thing that's keeping it held up. The 1-0 pitch from Lee. Ground ball over to the right side. Passo gloves. He'll step on the bag, and Lee escapes the bases loaded jam with 1 out. Still no hits in this ball game after 4 innings. We're tied at 0 here at Stony Brook Field on Cape League TV.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Top half of the 5th here in Brewster. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. Wareham escapes the jam in that bottom half of the 4th. Peyton Lee walked 3 straight batters, but then he gets a strikeout and a ground out to keep this game at 0-0. The Wareham offense back to work here in the top of the 5th. Chase Cruson, Dylan Dubovic, and Dylan Passo going against Gaines Estridge, who has been perfect through 4 innings. 12 up, 12 down. Adam, that a similar story. Wareham went 12 up, 12 down last night between the 4th and the 7th against the Whitecaps as well.
Well, absolutely, and it's kind of been the story for this Wareham offense too oftentimes this summer, Dan. It's guys getting in little mini slumps, and then pitchers just getting into a rhythm and not being able to figure out the puzzle before it's too late. But right now, not too late for Wareham, because Peyton Lee has tossed 4 shutout innings. Runs are going to be at a premium throughout all 9 innings. Brewster didn't use a ton of arms yesterday. Wareham trying to continue to battle for this playoff spot. You imagine plenty of high leverage arms to go today.
Oh, yeah.
So anytime the offense can break through.
The lefty Chase Cruson to start things off. He had a hard hit ball into left back in the 2nd. First pitch. Misses down low, 4-1. Estridge at 47 pitches coming into this inning has been so dominant and looks to keep it going. Come set, here's his 1-0. Big cut and a miss from Cruson. All 3 of these guys coming up for Wareham. Cruson, Dubovic, and Passo all had hits yesterday. And all put balls into the outfield. Their first time at the plate off Estridge. Looking to straighten one of those out. 1-1 pitch. Fastball down the pipe. And the count's 1-2. Cruson, 4-game hit streak coming into this one, has played in 5 overall for Wareham, looking to keep that going. Has to battle here as Estridge fires the 1-2. It's the big breaker that bounces down in the dirt. Yaman collects, and the count's 2-2.
A good take from Cruson. Right there, Estridge had the leverage on him. Held a swing up. Tough pitch to lay off of.
Comes set quickly and fires. Cruson just gets a piece of the off-speed down at the bottom of the zone, and that's really where Estridge has lived in this game. He's barely gone to the top portion, has really kept it below the middle part of the zone, and he's done so with every pitch here in this at-bat to Cruson. Estridge comes home. Weak fly ball put in play over into left field. Daly chasing, and he makes the play on the left field line for the first out.
Couple of flyouts to start Chase Cruson's day. Pretty mature approach, though. Laid off one tough pitch and then found another one that was probably low but had to protect. Put in play, but just couldn't get enough on it. Nice job by Estridge to work around the edges.
Can make that 13 up, 13 down now. Looking to keep it going against Dylan Dubovic, who had a hard hit ball nearly to the track in center field, 385 feet out there, back in the second. Estridge ready to go to work, delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. He misses with a changeup down in the dirt, 4-1. Estridge stares down at his wristband, gets what he likes. Sets and deals. Goes to the curveball here. Dubovic checked his swing. He did not go around. Finds himself in a hitter's count here, up 2-0. And he was the only player yesterday for Wareham to have a multi-hit game. Went 2 for 4 with a stolen bag. Hits in 3 of his last 4. Looking to keep that momentum rolling. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball popped up on the first base side. Goes out of the park. Count goes to 2-1. Both these sides yesterday came in with opposite streaks. Brewster dropped their last game. Wareham won. That obviously flipped yesterday, and Wareham trying to flip it once again ahead of a pivotal matchup with Katuitt tomorrow night at Lowell Park. 2-1. Big cut and a miss for Dubovic on the curveball. And Estridge has leveled the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dubovic adjusts, puts the bat over his right shoulder, and Estridge comes set at the belt, winds, and comes home. Fastball, bottom of the zone. Yaman thought he had it, but it just misses below the bottom rail, and the count runs full.
That's a great take from Dubovic. Now on a full count. Have a chance to win it. Give Wareham its first base runner.
See if he can do exactly that. Estridge shakes off a couple of his signs. Now gets what he wants. Looks in, deals. Gets the swing and miss on the changeup. 4 strike 3. 5th K of the day for Gaines Estridge. 2 down, top of the 5th.
And Dubovic didn't like it. Went below the zone. Right there, Estridge with the bases clear. Felt like he could still stay away from the zone. Didn't have to get too cute with it. And got Dubovic to swing low of the zone. Was right there, flirting with the bottom third. Dubovic comes up empty.
The lefty, Dylan Passo, steps in with the bases clear and 2 down. First pitch from Estridge is the curveball. He drops it in the bottom part of the zone. 4 strike 1. Passo with a hard hit line drive and a full count back in the second. But the left fielder, Jamie Daly, did a nice job of getting to it. Here's the 0-1. Another hard hit ball into center field. Michael Torres moves over and makes the play. 5 innings of perfect work for Gaines Estridge. He has been phenomenal. Brewster has the 8-9-1 hitters coming to the plate in the bottom half. Here on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking, We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Bottom half of the fifth here in Brewster. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky in a scoreless ball game. And we have our first Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen. Peyton Lee is out after 4 innings of no hit, no run ball, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. His final line makes way for the reliever Nolan Foster.
An interesting spot here for Nolan Foster, highest leverage position that he's been in as Wareham continues to try and push itself into the final playoff spot in the West Division. Foster, a 6'2", 180-pound right-hander. He'll be a redshirt senior in the fall at Abilene Christian, making his third appearance on the Cape this summer. Has pitched 3 innings to a 9 flat ERA. 3 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which have been earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. But command has been shaky. Right now, Brewster still without a hit. Command can be the difference here today, Dan. Almost got him in the last inning. Couldn't break through, though. Bases loaded before Peyton Lee shut the door. Nice job from him.
Definitely did a really masterful job of closing the door. It'll be Eddie Yaman, Jamie Daly, and Michael Torres, starting with the righty Yaman against the new reliever Foster. He's ready, deals the first pitch of his outing, and Yaman smokes it down the left field line. It goes just foul, but seemed like Yaman was ready to swing there, and Brewster nearly had its first hit of the ball game on Foster's first pitch.
Felt like 4 innings of pent-up aggression right there because they were waiting for the first pitch that Peyton Lee wasn't in the game. Yaman attacked it. Just got out in front too much.
Smile is at the home plate umpire, J.C. Fernandez, as he hops back into the box. Foster ready, takes a deep breath. Here's the 0-1. Locates the zone for Foster. This just his third appearance of the season and looking to build. He's let up an earned run in each of his first 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Yaman. Foster fires, gets Yaman to go down on 3 pitches. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Hey, not bad for Nolan Foster. Comes into the game and a deadlock. It's a really tough spot for a pitcher to be in when you feel like you have to be on it at all times. No run support at your back. It really is an interesting spot, but good start for him.
Now it's the lefty Jamie Daly, struck out to Lee back in the 3rd inning. Foster set, comes home. Fastball, top part of the zone for strike 1 on the swing from Daly. It's a 3-pitch mix for Nolan Foster. Fastball that he uses 50% of the time, slider at 33, and then the changeup takes up the rest of the percentage at 17% usage. Comes set, fires the 0-1 as Daly came to square, bunt for a second, pulls it back as the pitch was bounced in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Daly, a new addition to this team. His first 2 games, he went 0 for 2. This is 3rd game officially of the season. The 5'11", 185 rising junior from Davidson. The 1-1 from Foster runs inside, goes all the way to the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Daly was very effective this past season with Davidson, played in 49 games, started 45 of those. .328 batting average, plenty of pop. Had 11 extra base hits, 11 home runs, 40 RBIs. Looking to spark something here. The 2-1. Fastball, bottom part of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Foster angling for back-to-back strikeouts to start off things here in the bottom half of the 5th. Gets what he wants and deals. 2-2 fouled into the mitt of Nikolai for strike 3. That's back-to-back Ks for Nolan Foster. 2 down, bottom half of the 5th.
Yeah, how about that? Gets a little bit of an increase in velocity after Peyton Lee was sitting low 90s. Now looking at 92, 93, and he blows the fastball by Jamie Daly.
Top of the order, Michael Torres steps to the plate. The center fielder 0 for 2 today on 2 groundouts, trying to break through here in the 5th. Foster's first pitch, down in the dirt, bounces away from Nikolai for ball 1. He's been using the slider and the fastball primarily, and it's worked for him fairly well to start off. Foster stares in. Deals the 1-0. Fastball runs inside. Torres skips out of the way. 2 balls and no strikes against the leadoff hitter from Miami, who's 11 for 24 over his last 7 games. That includes today. Has been really effective at the plate. Trying to continue that here. He's 1 for 3. Had an RBI yesterday against these Gatemen. 2-0 pitch. Big cut and a miss. Foster blows the gas by him. Counts 2-1. Foster looking to keep the hitless bid going for the Gatemen. Both teams not allowing a hit so far through 4 2/3. 2-1 pitch. Slapped over to the right side. Hamilton fields at second, throws over to Passo at first, and Foster works a 1-2-3 after coming into the ball game. Still no score here at Stony Brook Field through 5 innings. Time to talk to our sideline reporter, CeCe Gabriel, for the first time today, who got a chance to check in with the leadoff hitter for the Gatemen tonight, RJ Hamilton.
Well, thanks, Stan. It's game 31, and it's been a long summer. When I talked to RJ Hamilton, he said the same thing. He did also say, though, that he is not the same player that he was in June. The biggest area of growth for him, he says, it's his mentality. He went on to say that facing the most elite pitching in the country within the CCBL, he shifted from a day-to-day approach to going and focusing on things pitch by pitch. And since he's joined the Gatemen, that adjustment has produced results. He has a team-high 21 hits and 11 stolen bases and the second highest batting average with the Gatemen. Now he says his next step is turning from an electric player to a superstar. Guys, back to you.
He's certainly been a superstar at the top of the order for Wareham. 5 hits for him in his last 6 games in that leadoff spot. But no one's been able to touch Gaines Estridge tonight, and he's back out there for his 6th inning of work. Adam Hipsky, it's been 5 perfect so far.
Why would you take him out right now? Gaines Estridge at 61 pitches. You imagine this will certainly be his last. You're facing 7, 8, 9. You're probably looking to get 6 innings clean out of him. And for Wareham, it's her last chance to make an adjustment on your second trip through the order. Foster Apple, Carter Groh, and Henry DeGiorgio due up. None of the 3 have seen him a second time yet. So a chance still for you to make some adjustments, change your approach up a little bit, and give Wareham not just its first run, but its first base runner.
Nobody up in the Whitecaps bullpen. They are fully prepared to let Estridge go here in the 6th inning. It's been 15 up, 15 down. Foster Apple, Carter Groen, and Henry DeGiorgio look to change that. Apple struck out to Estridge to start off the 3rd inning. He's ready to go on the bump. Fires the first pitch of the 6th frame. It's a curveball that misses upstairs for ball 1. It's been some hard hit balls off of Estridge. No amazing defensive plays necessarily from the Whitecaps, but It's just been filling up the zone and letting the defense do the work. The 1-0 is another curveball. This time finds the bottom part of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jamie Shevchuk feels very comfortable right now with the man from Air Force out there. Was the Friday starter out there and showing his length today. 1-1 pitch. Taser down the left field line, but it goes foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes against Apple.
Yeah, really nice job. Kind of similar to Yaman's at bat last half inning. Just got way out in front of it. Now a chance to try and slow it down, time it up, put it into the field of play.
Estridge set at the belt. Comes home. Went with the fastball. Tried to get Apple to chase it up top. He holds off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's been 5 strikeouts in this game for Estridge. Searching for number 6 here against the 7-hole hitter for the Gatemen. The 2-2. Poked over to the second baseman, McLaddy. He fields on a hop, throws to first, and there's 1 down here in the 6th.
And right there, it was Estridge that had the leverage. Get ahead 1-2, stay high on Apple, bring it down just a little bit, and Apple tried to put it in play. He did that. Still haven't found a ton of holes.
Now Carter Groen steps in. Grounded out to McLaddy in the 3rd. Estridge deals. First pitch fouled out of play on the first base side, 0-1. This has been so dominant. Wareham was blanked perfectly from the 4th inning all the way to the 8th inning yesterday. They've been blanked for 5 frames once again here at Brewster. The 0-1 pitch misses, 1 ball, 1 strike. Finally broke that in the final frame, played it a run, but by that point it was too late. Lost 5-1 to the Whitecaps. 1-1 pitch, grounded over to the Whitecaps dugout on the 3rd base side, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Estridge on the verge of the 2nd out here in the 6th. Looking to sit down batter number 17. The 1-2. Slapped up the middle and through. The perfect game is gone. Carter Groen breaks it. There's the first hit of the ball game as well. Comes with 1 out here in the top half of the 6th.
Yeah, all smiles on the Wareham side right there. Curtis Byrne and Carter Groen. Quick little high five, knowing that they can finally have that weight lifted off of its shoulders. And Carter Groen made the little bit of change, and now Henry DiGiorgio trying to do the same.
Definitely see if this offense plays a little bit more free now that they've finally seen 1 get down. So Groen over at first, the lefty Henry DiGiorgio steps in with 1 down. First pitch to him, cranked into right center field. Charging is the center fielder Torres. He dives, makes the play for the 2nd out. Saves an extra base hit. That could have been a lot of trouble if it got past him. But a beautiful job from the center fielder from Miami.
And another one where it felt like Wareham had put a good swing on a ball, but that easily the best defensive play we've seen from Brewster in this game. Possibly saves extra bases on the dive from Torres.
Went full extension on that one. Puts 2 outs on the board for the leadoff man, R.J. Hamilton. 0 for 2. Had a long fly out into center against Estridge last time. First pitch here to Hamilton. Bounced in the dirt for ball 1. Still nobody up in the Brewster bullpen. They want to see Estridge get through this 6th inning. What a performance it would be. It'd be 6 innings of 1-hit ball. 5 strikeouts on his line. Looking to get through it. 1-0. Fastball just misses on the outside corner at 92 miles an hour. 2 balls, no strikes. Hamilton 1 for 3 yesterday. Looking for a base knock here to a pitch. Grounded to the third base side. That one stays fair. Deep in the hole, Pantier throws to first. He's not going to have a play. Hamilton beats it by a mile. It's an infield single for the leadoff man. Runners at first and second now for the Gatemen with 2 down and the hard-hitting Connor Cuff coming to the plate.
Yeah, and usually you would say no, let Gaines Estridge go, but in a scoreless game, it'd be interesting to see if we will get a mound visit here. Looks like everyone's pretty content. But this is exactly who you would want up in this situation if you're Wareham. Connor Cuff. And now, finally, the mound visit.
Seemed like they were waiting for Cuff to get into the box. But now the pitching coach, Brian Del Rosso, comes out to talk things over. And Del Rosso knows Ryan Smythe very well. Obviously, Jamie Shevchuk, the head coach at Keystone College. Del Rosso, an assistant coach there. So this has been the Keystone game all year, and Shevchuk has gotten the best of the associate head coach for Keystone, Ryan Smythe, the first 3 times.
Yes, he has, but right now, Wareham not too concerned with that rivalry, and I'm sure Ryan Smythe and Jamie Shevchuk probably had some friendly banter, saying I think the Gatemen need this one a little bit more than the Whitecaps.
If only it worked that way, right? Cuff has been a machine. Back-to-back games with a double for him on a 4-game hit streak. 0 for 2 today against Estridge with a pop-out and a strikeout. Can come up in a huge way here for the Gatemen to try and break this game open. Finally, an arm is starting to get going down in the Brewster bullpen after 5 2/3 of Estridge. Looking to make it 6 flat and strand 2 runners. Comes set first pitch to the lefty Cuff. Smacked down the line and on in right field. Copy caught up there because he hit that ball so hard. That was the hardest one we've seen all day. But it goes foul. No balls, 1 strike.
And just like Foster Apple earlier, the right-hander yanked one down the left side. This time the left-handed Connor Cuff pulled one into right field. Another chance to shorten your approach up, find one that you like, try and take it up the middle and score a run.
Cuff at second, Hamilton at first. The 0-1. Misses way upstairs. Yaman has to get out of his crouch to jump up and grab it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seems like it is the right-hander Otto Espinoza from Cal getting warm down in the bullpen. Obviously, Jamie Shevchuk hoping to not have to go to him here in this spot. Estridge deals the 1-1. Fastball upstairs. Yaman once again has to get out of the crouch. That's been back-to-back misses high, which we really have not seen from Estridge in this game.
Yeah, and now if you're Cuff, you've seen a couple, chance to be a pinch more aggressive after a couple of really errant misses from Estridge.
The 2-1 offering. Fouled to the third base side. Cuff shot his head into the air after he swung there. Knew he saw something that he liked. Now has to battle here in a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
And Estridge, in his 3rd appearance this summer, his first 2, 22 pitches in 59 pitches. And Dan right now is about to deal his 79th of the day.
2-2 count. 2 down with 2 on. 2 hits in the inning for Wareham. The pitch. High chopper over to the shortstop, Baker. He fields, and he doesn't have a play, but he throws to third, gets Cuff caught up in a rundown, and the catcher, Yaman, tags him out of the baseline. A funky way to end off things here in the top half of the 6th. It was a ground ball to short. Baker didn't throw to first immediately, but Cuff got a little bit too aggressive going around the bag, gets caught up there, and that's how things end. So after 5.5, still no score from Stony Brook Field on Cape League TV.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A Plus Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Bottom half of the sixth here at Stony Brook Field. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. The 2-3-4 hitters coming to the plate for Brewster, still going against the reliever Nolan Foster here in his second inning of work. Worked a 1-2-3, and the fifth looks to do so again. We'll face the lefty Will Baker to start things off. Brewster is still without a hit in this ball game through 5 innings. At the plate, here's the first pitch from Foster. Misses outside, 4-1. Wareham had a shot in that top half of the sixth to score a run, and runners at first and second with 2 outs. Connor Cuff hit a ball over to short before Carter Groen ran down in a pickle between third and home. 1-0 pitch in there for strike one, and just one where Groen thought he might have a chance with the throw to first, but Baker played it well.
Yeah, that was exactly right. And a nice job from Baker to fake a throw to first when he knew he didn't have a play and then catch Groen off the bag at third. That was heads-up fielding.
1-1 from Foster. Catches the top part of the zone with the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foster stares in. Baker 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in this game. A 1-2. Clobbered into center field. Cruson charges, and the center fielder makes the play on a long first out from Nolan Foster.
Really good job from Nolan Foster, continuing to trust your stuff. We said earlier that command was a big issue in his first couple of outings. So far today, though, he has made Brewster hitters earn it, and it also helps when you get a little bit of confidence. You start your day against the 8 and 9 hitters, and you get back-to-back strikeouts.
So now it's Blaine Brown, the lefty designated hitter. Foster ready. And deals. First pitch high and away with the fastball at 93.
And once that first blemish does happen, because it will come for Nolan Foster, but you still have to continue to trust your stuff. That was what happened to Peyton Lee. It was 1 walk, and then he kind of let it spiral.
Has retired 4 in a row. The 1-0. Slap to the right side. That's down. There's the first base hit of the ball game. There's the first blemish, just like you mentioned. It was going to come at some point. Brewster has their first base hit here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 down.
Yeah, and it's going to happen, and especially when you're facing the heart of this Brewster order. And Blaine Brown walked his last time up. This is where the Whitecaps put together their best threat of the day, their most mature approaches at the plate. And same thing here, but make them put in play, make them beat you.
First base runner for Brewster since the 4th. Foster looking to work around some trouble here against Cash Strayer. The lefty takes a first pitch strike on the changeup, makes it 0-1. Brown gets his lead off of first. Just 1 stolen base on the year on 1 attempt. The 0-1. Fastball out into the right-handed batter's box. 4-1. Deadlocked at zeros through 5 1/3 here at Stony Brook Field. Each team has had a couple of chances, neither able to capitalize. 1-1. Down in the dirt. 4-2. Strayer walked in his last appearance. That was in the fourth when Peyton Lee tossed 3 walks in a row to load the bases, but he got out of it. Strayer looking to capitalize here. 2-1 pitch. Popped up on the third base side and out of play. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice shot by Foster. That was a perfect chance to kind of in that limbo between 3-1, 2-2 to continue to work in between the rails.
Looks to do that here with a runner at first. 1 down. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Gets Strayer to chase at the bottom of the zone. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th.
I mean, Nolan Foster right here. That's about as textbook as it gets. Kind of stay away from the middle of the zone against a cleanup hitter and Cash Strayer. And then get him to chase on 1 right there at the bottom of the zone. 2 down with just a runner on first.
So now the hard-hitting Dane Harvey steps in from the left side. Runner at first, 2 down. First pitch from Foster. Fastball. Paints the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Harvey stands at 6'5", 270. The rising senior at Ohio State. Loves to smash the ball. 13 RBIs. Looking to try and spark something here for Brewster. The 0-1. Big cut and a miss on the fastball, and he's quickly down 0-2. Foster has 3 strikeouts in this game. Looking for back-to-back ones to end off this 6th and keep this a scoreless ball game. Here's the 0-2. Misses down in the dirt with the off speed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foster has just gone over 25 pitches. That is 26th. You would expect maybe a new arm out of the bullpen for Wareham next inning, but Foster looking to put up another 0 here. 1-2 offering. Harvey serves it into left field. Apple doesn't have to move an inch and makes the play. So Foster faces 1 above the minimum. Nothing comes of the 1-out hit for Brewster here in the 6th. And after 6 at Stony Brook Field. Deadlocked at 0 here on Cape League TV.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Back at Stony Brook Field, and still no score as we've hit the top of the 7th between Wareham and Brewster. Alongside Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky. Jamie Shevchik makes his first move to the bullpen and an Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change. Otto Espinoza tries to continue this scoreless stretch for the Brewster staff.
He's only pitched in 1 game so far this season. That was against Harwich on the 14th. Went 1 2/3 in that one, did not give up an earned run. He most recently transferred to Florida State, but this past season with Cal, 2 for 3. Record-wise, 15 appearances, 6 of those being starts. A 3.69 ERA for him, over 46 1/3 innings pitched. So one of the higher leverage guys here out of the bullpen for Brewster. Looks to keep this a 0-0 game.
And trying to continue the trend that Gaines Estridge went on. He's facing the 3-4-5 hitters. Cohen Nikolai, Chase Cruson, Dylan Dubovic, the minimum in the 7th. First pitch of Espinoza's day is a called strike outside corner. Fastball at 89, 0-1. Right on right. Espinoza shielding his face. Starts the windup down to his belt. The 0-1 pitch comes in, nearly hits Nikolai. Inside for ball 1. 3-pitch mix for Espinoza. Fastball, slider, changeup. Really just fastball, slider, though, to righties. Does mix in that changeup to left-handed hitters. 1-1. Cut on and miss. 2-1 strike. So Gaines Estridge had pitched 6 innings all season. Today he matched that in his start. Allowed 3 hits. All 3 came in the 6th inning. No runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. 1-2 from Espinoza. Low for ball 2. Goes to the slider there, and the count levels at 2 apiece. All 3 of these guys due up in this inning for Wareham. 0 for 2 today. 2-2 offering. Low and gets past the glove of Yaman. Count runs full.
We'll see how Espinoza does. His bread and butter is the wipeout slider that he loves to pull across the body. That was the 3rd pitch he threw in this at-bat to make it a 1-2 count. Battling against a skilled hitter here in Nikolai.
Payoff. Up and in, ball 4. Estridge did not allow a walk across his first 6 innings. Espinoza comes into the game and issues 1 to the leadoff hitter in the 7th. First time the leadoff man's been aboard today for the Gatemen.
Walks a little bit of an issue for Espinoza in his last appearance. Had 2 of them against Harwich. See how he fares here against Cruson.
Center fielder on his way to pit. 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts to left today. From the stretch, first pitch, fastball, inside edge for a called strike, 0-1. Nikolai not much of a base stealing threat off of first, being held on by Dane Harvey. Takes his lead. As the right-hander Espinoza gets set. The 0-1. Checks his swing. The appeal, he did not. Ball 1 on Cruson. In a scoreless game, top of the 7th. Runs have been at a premium. From the belt, the 1-1. Ground ball right side and foul. Cruson behind 1-2. Nikolai was in an identical spot through his first 3 pitches and then saw 3 straight balls and worked a leadoff walk. The 1-2. Outside. Yaman had to slide from his crouch into the right-handed batter's box. Another 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nikolai, short lead off first and a throw over. He's back to the front of the base with a head-first dive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out top of the 7th. No score between Wareham and Brewster. Espinoza readies. The pitch. Flared out into shallow right field. McClatty back on it, and he makes the play about 5 feet into the outfield grass for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, an easy one. Just gets Cruson to pop it up, and nothing that he could really do there. Easy play for McGladdy.
So now Dylan Dubovic, 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. Trying to break through for this Wareham offense, who technically loaded the bases last inning. String together 3 straight hits. 2 were on the infield grass, but ran into the 3rd out of the inning as Carter Groen got hung up between 3rd and home. First pitch to Dubovic, cut on and missed. Slider bottom 3rd for strike 1. Nikolai with the leadoff walk. Paces off the bag at first. Right-hander Espinoza collects himself below the belt. The 0-1 from the stretch. Cut on and missed another one, bottom third.
And Dubovic just has looked all out of sorts here. And this is a matchup that Dubovic had in college, faced Espinoza on the 26th of April when Cal played Miami, and he was 0 for 3 in that game, went down against Espinoza.
Throw over to first, and an errant throw, but takes Harvey off the bag. He prevents it from rolling to the fence. Nikolai not in a position to do much with it. Espinoza really keeping the running game honest for Wareham. The 0-2. Dubovic fights it off foul. Still 0-2. On the cleanup man, Dylan Dubovic. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Fly ball curling out of play. Right side, and the count remains 0-2. Back-to-back foul balls after back-to-back swinging strikes from Dylan Dubovic. The 0-2. Gets away from Yaman. Ball one. Nikolai takes off. He's in without a throw, and Wareham has its potential first run of the day in scoring position.
Well, there you go. Things become a lot more interesting now. Runner in scoring position at second. Dubovic more than capable to bring him home.
7 RBIs this summer for Dubovic. 1-2 the count, 1 away. Espinoza takes a look back at second, now goes home. Cut on and missed. Went to the changeup that time, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Dubovic. Good bounce back for Otto Espinoza after giving out the leadoff walk. 2 down now in the 7th.
That's just a really nice job and gets Dubovic to swing over top and makes this situation a lot more manageable for him.
Right on left to Dylan Passo. He swings and taps it foul back to the net for strike one. 91-mile-per-hour fastball. Passo lined out to left in the second, flew out to center in the 5th. Trying to give Wareham its first run. A base hit could do it. The 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defense playing Passo straight up. Guy that's looking for his 3rd hit in 3 games with the Gatemen. One pitch. Up and in. Slider at the letters for ball 2. Nikolai had the walk, took second on a pass ball. And Espinoza turns and throws back to second. Nikolai easily back safely. For a guy that isn't a huge base stealing threat, Espinoza awfully concerned with Nikolai on the bases.
Maybe just trying to break up the sequence there, take a second before firing to Passo.
Right now in a 2-1 count, comes home. Flared out to the left side of the infield. Hangs up, and Will Baker, the shortstop, hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. Leadoff walk, all Wareham gets in the 7th. No hits, no runs, no errors in the field. 1 runner left on base. Time to stretch at Stony Brook Field. No score between Wareham and Brewster.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.reddykiernanmcnally.com. www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Someone's got to score eventually. Wareham and Brewster still knotted up at 0 with Dan Shalam. I'm Adam Hipsky. Ryan Smythe makes his second call to the bullpen. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive pitching change. And Dan, he goes to one of his highest leverage arms, Finn Edwards.
I would say that he is the highest leverage right now, but he got banged around the last time that he faced Bourne. Before that, he was spectacular. Had 5 straight appearances where he did not let up a run, but then against the Braves, 1 inning of work, 2 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks. It was not his best stuff, but Ryan Smythe realizes the magnitude of this game. You know that you need a win with 10 games to go, and you hope that Edwards can help you get across the line here, keep this a 0-0 game.
And for Edwards, it was interesting because in that game where he gave up those 2 runs to Bourne, he was 1 strike away from getting a clean 1-2-3 frame. It was 2 outs, 2 strikes, and then Bourne started to rally. He faces the 6, 7, 8 hitters. It starts with the right-handed third baseman Holden Pantier. Edwards sets from the belt out of the windup, first pitch of the day. Fastball downstairs for ball 1. Really just a 2-pitch mix for Edwards. Fastball, slider, but he's really loved the four-seamer this summer.
That he has. He uses it so much. It basically just uses that.
The 1-0. Fastball again. Another one low of the zone. 2-0 the count on Pantier, who's 0 for 2 today. Third baseman on his way to Georgia Tech. Batting .292 this summer. Edwards kicks and fires. Just low. 3 balls and no strikes now on Pantier. Coming in for Nolan Foster. 3-0. Downstairs, 4-pitch walk. A tough one for Finn Edwards. Just committed to Georgia out of the transfer portal and starts his first outing after announcing his intentions to transfer to the Bulldogs. And a rough start. So Nolan Foster came in after the starter Peyton Lee went 4 scoreless, and Foster delivered 2 scoreless of his own. No walks, 3 strikeouts, and just 1 hit. Brings up the left-handed Tristan McClatty, who squares to bunt, pulls back inside corner for a called strike. He didn't like it. Thought it would be inside. That's why he pulled it back. Right now, Brewster in a scoreless game trying to potentially manufacture some offense. Just 1 hit today. It came in the 6th against Foster. McClatty squares to bunt again. Pulls back, this time outside for ball 1.
And Jamie Shevchuk, the manager for Brewster, realizing that runs are at a premium in this game, hits are at a premium, trying to do whatever possible to score.
McClatty in just his 4th game of the summer. Edwards, deep breath, 1-1. Squares to bunt again, pops it foul.
And he kind of pulled it a little bit back as it was coming in, and that kind of allowed the bat to open up and for the ball to springboard off of it back to the screen.
And plenty of speed if McClatty does lay one down. Had 20 stolen bases this past spring with Clemson on 21 attempts. 1-2 with a runner on first. Edwards from the stretch. The pitch. Cut on and missed. Runner goes. Throw down from McClatty is high, not in time. So Pantier does steal a base. McClatty down on strikes. His 3rd time of the summer being struck out. But Brewster works a runner into scoring position in the 7th.
And Nikolai was late there with that one. He didn't really realize that it was happening immediately, so he was a little bit late with his release, and it allowed Pantier to get in there. And that basically, sure, McClatty didn't get the bunt down, but that's the equivalent of a sack bunt right there.
So Owen Jenkins comes in as a pinch hitter for Eddie Yaman. No shifting needed defensively. Owen Jenkins, a catcher. Edwards right on right. Jenkins squares to bunt, gets it down. Third base side, a charging cuff at third. Gloves goes to first, and it's in and out of the glove of Paso. And Pantier at third. And Owen Jenkins will be safe. So Jamie Shevchik goes to the bench to lay down a bunt. And it was a nice job by Cuff. Not a bad throw by any means, but Paso couldn't corral it. And now Wareham in trouble of giving up its first run of the game.
That's unfortunate. Cuff was ready for it, delivered a strike over to first base, but just fell out of the glove of Paso over there at first. And now things get a little bit more dangerous. Nikolai needs to be really cautious behind the plate, and pitching coach Eric Luxus is going to come out to the mound to talk this one over before anything happens.
Yeah, and you know what Edwards is capable of. You talked about it, 5 straight scoreless outings. So it goes down as a throwing error on Connor Cuff.
I don't like that. I don't like that scoring at all right there. He did everything possible on that play to get it to first.
And it wasn't necessarily picture perfect, but Paso, at least from how we viewed it in real time, still had his foot on the bag and it went in and out of his glove.
That's how I saw it. But clearly the scorer saw it a different way. That's the second error of the game on Wareham.
So Jenkins reaches on a bunt. It'll be first and third with 1 away, and Jamie Daly, who's 0 for 4 on the season, 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. And that's exactly what Eric Luxus is telling his infield right now as the mound visit breaks up. It's a chance for Jamie Daly to come through and give Brewster the first run of the game in the bottom of the 7th. On the Wareham side, it's, listen, you have your 9th hitter up to bat and a chance to turn 2 and get out of the inning, or even a guy that has plenty of swing and miss stuff in the bat. Just his second at-bat this summer with runners in scoring position. Pantier on third, Jenkins off of first, being held on by Paso. Big hole on the right side of the infield for the left-handed Jamie Daly. Edwards comes set with 1 away. From the windup, squares to bunt, pulls back. Paso came crashing in. It's strike 1 called. 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
I don't mind it. Cause some chaos.
Whitecaps trying to get really aggressive here with Pantier. Large lead off of third. Paces off the bag and foul ground. 0-1, squares to bunt, lays it down right side. Paso charges Edwards instead, goes home. The play at the plate. In time! Finn Edwards cuts down Holden Pantier. Suicide squeeze turned away, and we are still knotted at 0.
Wow. What a play by Finn Edwards. Helps himself out. McCly applies the tag, and Paso, who was crashing in from first, pointed to first base for the out, but Finn Edwards said no. I'm going home, and he keeps this a 0-0 game.
So it's back to the top of the order, but Wareham keeps Brewster scoreless for the time being. Michael Torres, the leadoff center fielder, due up. Right on left with runners on first and second and 2 away. A big play from Finn Edwards, now trying to pitch out of the jam. First pitch fastball downstairs, ball 1. Torres 0 for 3 today with 3 groundouts. Entered the matchup hitting .333 against Wareham this summer. Top 5 in the Cape League in batting average. Trying to come through in the clutch. Bottom 7, the 1-0 pitch. Outside. Rare slider from Edwards. Counts 2-0. Jenkins on second, Daly on first. Defense playing him straight up now with 2 away. Edwards collects himself. The pitch. Low, gets away from Nikolai. Left side, each runner advances 90 feet. So back to runners on second and third for Brewster. First base open for Torres. Don't want to give him a pitch to hit, but Will Baker on deck.
Seems like a take all the way coming here from Torres, and Nikolai comes out to Edwards just to make sure the 2 are on the same page. Does not count as a mound visit, as home plate umpire J.C. Fernandez was there the whole time. Nikolai needs to be really diligent here, not let anything get by him.
Signaled no visit up to the official score. 3 ball, no strikes, 2 away runners on first and second. The pitch outside, 4-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded. Second time today that Brewster has loaded the bases. Back in the fourth, 3 straight walks from Peyton Lee. Put runners on each of the bags, and then he pitched around it with a strikeout and a ground out to end the inning. Now Edwards trying to shut the door against Will Baker, the left-handed shortstop, and Eric Luxus out of the dugout. And that will be the end of the day for Finn Edwards. A short day after kind of a tough outing in Brewster, and Bourne rather. And
He's shaking his head. He doesn't want to come off. Trying to plead his case to Luxus, and he gives the ball up unwillingly. He's very upset to come out of this game.
So Finn Edwards departs after 2/3 innings of work. All 3 base runners his responsibility. And a new arm into the game for the Gatemen in a scoreless ball game. Bottom 7. Any run could win it here on Cape League TV.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
What a spot for Jackson Hoyt to enter into. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen. The 6'3" left-hander from Florida comes on to try and shut the door with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
It's pressure-packed, and Jackson Hoyt's going to need his best stuff. He's coming off of his best outing where he pitched 2 innings with 2 hits, 2 runs came across, none were earned, 3 strikeouts in that game. So far this season, 6 appearances, over 10 innings. That gives him a 5.4 ERA. Going against the lefty Will Baker, who homered last night, the bases juiced. The good news for him, he needs just 1 out.
Brewster right now, this portion of the order, after Will Baker, it's 3 straight left-handed hitters. So 4 in a row, potentially to start Jackson Hoyt's day. Owen Jenkins on third, Jamie Daly at second, and Michael Torres, who just drew the 4-pitch walk, is at first. Defense plays Baker straight up. Left on left in a scoreless game, bottom of the 7th. Hoyt needs 1 out to end the threat. Hoyt looks in. Fastball slider combination for the left-hander from Florida. First pitch of the day. Takes outside, slider for ball 1.
Well, and that's something you have to be cautious of as well. Obviously, Hoyt's going to try and work the slider cross-body, but you can't let anything by if you're Cohen to Cly.
Plenty of room between the back of Cohen to Cly and the chain link fence here at Stony Brook Field. The 1-0. Fastball, enter third, called strike 1. Fastball at 88 miles an hour. No score in the bottom of the 7th. Hoyt gets his sign from Nikolai. Deep breath. Delivers the 1-1. Line drive, right side, foul. Ripped off the bat of Will Baker. But now he's behind 1-2, and Jackson Hoyt just 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam.
Yeah, good news and bad news off of that. Good news, it was foul. Bad news is Baker clearly seeing it well.
Hoyt grips the ball with the bare left hand. Black mitt pressed up against the gray pants. Comes set above the belt. 1-2 with 2 away. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Jackson Hoyt shuts the door. Comes in tasked with 1 out, and he gets it. Strikes out Will Baker, and for the second time today, Brewster leaves him loaded, and we're still scoreless through 7 at Stony Brook Field.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Wareham tries to use the momentum generated after Jackson Hoyt stranded the bases loaded when Brewster put together its biggest threat of the night, and now the Gatemen try and score for the first time today. 7-8-9 due up against the reliever Otto Espinoza. Still just the first arm out of the pen for Brewster after Gaines Estridge went 6 scoreless and allowed just 3 hits. Espinoza had a clean first inning of work out of the pen. Worked around a leadoff walk to retire the side on 3 straight after that. Foster Apple, the left fielder, due up. Right on right, out of the windup. Espinoza's pitch. Breaking ball, called a strike, inside corner. It'll be Carter Groen and Henry DeGiorgio that follow. The right-handed Groen and lefty DeGiorgio. The 0-1. Up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. No score, top of the 8th. Espinoza looks in. Kicks and delivers. Bottom rail, called strike 2. First time facing the reliever Otto Espinoza. Apple went 0 for 2 against Estridge with a strikeout and a ground out. 1-2 pitch. Inside. Slider evens the count at 2-2. Base is clear, out of the windup. The pitch. Flared right side and foul. 91-mile-an-hour fastball in the count. Now even at 2-2. Wareham has left 3 runners on in the last 2 innings. Haven't plated one yet, though. 2-2. Outside. Tough take from Apple, but he lays off for ball 3.
That was a really nice job there. Staying the count. Seen it well.
Apple tries to give Wareham back-to-back leadoff base runners for the first time today. Espinoza from the windup. His payoff comes home. Called strike 3. Bends a slider on the inside corner. And Apple down on strikes for the second time today, both looking.
Just got him right there. Apple just couldn't get the bat off of his shoulder, and there's 1 down.
Top of the 8th, no score between the Gatemen and Whitecaps. Carter Groen steps in, 1 for 2 with a single. Started that rally in the 6th where Wareham strung together 3 singles and 4 at-bats, but Groen got hung up between third and home. Right on right first pitch. Checks his swing, doesn't matter. Strike 1 called, outside edge. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Groen with a big base running mistake that could come back to cost the Gatemen. 0-1. Swings and pops it foul. Count 0-2 through 2 pitches on Groen. Espinoza in his second appearance of the summer. On his way to Florida State out of the transfer portal. The 0-2. Groen drives it into left field. Daly comes in and makes the play. Started to slow down, but a sharp line out from Carter Groen, and there's 2 down.
That was a good piece, but it just, again, found the glove of Daly. There's been a couple of those in this game from Wareham that they just haven't been able to fall. It's been good swings, though.
Brewster offensively just 1 hit. Wareham with 3, and all 3 came in that 6th inning. Henry DeGiorgio digs in now, had a line out his last time up in the 6th. It was the best play defensively we've seen here in this one. Takes a first pitch fastball. Inside edge for a called strike, 0-1. It was out to center field, and Michael Torres made an exceptional grab to prevent not just a single, but potentially extra bases from DeGiorgio. 0-1. Another one on the inside edge, and DeGiorgio looks at it again for a called strike. 0-2. DeGiorgio trying to start a 2-out rally. The leadoff man, R.J. Hamilton, on deck for Wareham. 0-2. Spikes in the dirt, gets away from Owen Jenkins, the defensive replacement for Eddie Yaman. After Jenkins came in and laid down a bunt, came into the game for Yaman. 1-2. DeGiorgio waves and misses, drop third strike. Jenkins applies the tag. Couple of strikeouts for Otto Espinoza in the 8th, his 3rd of the game. Keeps Wareham scoreless through the first 8 innings, but Brewster trying to break the deadlock. 3-4-5 due up, and Jackson Hoyt back to work when we return.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Still no score between Brewster and the visiting Gatemen at Stony Brook Field as we've hit the bottom of the 8th. 3-4-5 due up for the Whitecaps. With Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky. It's Blaine Brown, Cash Strayer, and Dane Harvey, a trio of lefties against the southpaw Jackson Hoyt, who gets to come in with a clean frame this time around. Those came in the 7th and stranded the bases loaded. Left on left to Brown, out of the windup. First pitch, slider, dots the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. So Finn Edwards' line is final. After he departed with all 3 runners, his responsibility. He goes 2/3, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. The 0-1 from Hoyt. Low of the zone, ball 1. So obviously not the type of day that Finn Edwards would have liked, but still keeps it a scoreless game. 1-1. Downstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Back to the fastball for Hoyt at 89. A massive strikeout against the second hitting Will Baker to end the threat in the 7th. 2-1. Fly ball, center field. Cruson takes a step back, now comes in and makes the shoulder-high catch for the first out.
Easy stuff there. Some weak contact from Brown, who's been seeing the ball well today. Has put 3 in play with a walk. But Hoyt doing a nice job of getting the first out here.
Cash Strayer digs in now, the cleanup hitter out of Florida. Gator versus Gator here. Hoyt looks in, collects himself at the letters. The pitch. Fastball outside corner, misses for ball 1. Jamie Shevchik spoke high praise of Cash Strayer. Said it's hard to picture or imagine who's going to be big leaguers, but Cash Strayer will be a big leaguer. 1-0 outside, 2 balls, no strikes. It's hard to say who the big leaguers are on this team, but Cash Strayer is going to be a big leaguer. Doesn't get much better than that.
High praise.
2-0. Paints the outside corner, called a strike, 2-1. Bases clear, 1 away. Bottom of the 8th. Brewster has left 8 guys on in this one. 2-1. Line drive into right field, base hit. Drops in front of Carter Groen, and just the second hit of the game. First allowed by Jackson Hoyt. It's a 1-out single.
And just a nice piece right there. Hoyt was trying to work the outside part of the plate against Strayer. He finally leaves one in the middle, and Strayer gets the bat to it, puts a runner on.
Brings up Dane Harvey. Harvey did come to the box in the 4th inning with runners on. There were 2 on and 1 away, and he worked a walk that loaded the bases. That was before Peyton Lee worked around some trouble. And a throw over to first, a close move. But Strayer with the dive beats Passo's tag just in time. Left on left again. Hoyt stares in. Takes a look at first. Now goes home. First pitch strike. Slider, outer third. Harvey 0 for 2 with the walk. Flyouts in the 2nd and the 6th. To each corner in the outfield and a walk in the middle, back in the 4th. The 0-1 pitch outside. Back-to-back sliders from Hoyt. Strayer inches off the bag at first. 5 stolen bases this summer. Hoyt deals the 1-1. Outside corner, another one called a strike. This time a fastball from Jackson Hoyt. First one of the at-bat to Harvey. Hoyt ahead in the count. With his college teammate Strayer on first. Another throw over. Obviously nobody more familiar with the speed that Cash Strayer possesses than Jackson Hoyt himself, and that shows a couple of pickoff moves over to the right side. Still a 1-2 count. Hoyt another snap throw to first, and Passo has to gobble it up. Not a great throw from Hoyt, but keeps it in front of him.
His pickoff is kind of just a flick of the left wrist over. Makes it discreet, but hard for Passo to handle.
That one just skipped. Short hop right in front of the first baseman. 1-2, runner on the move. Pitch outside, ball 2, throw down on the money, and in time. Cohen Nicolai cuts down a runner for the 4th time this season. Base is empty, 2 gone in the 8th.
Hoyt and Nicolai played that one perfectly right there. Knew that Cash wanted to be on the move, and when he did, throw the fastball high, lets Nicolai get up and out easily, delivers a dot, and clears the bases.
Just the 2nd time this summer that Cash Strayer has been caught stealing. 2-2 count. Hoyt's pitch. Called strike 3. Back-to-back outs on back-to-back pitches. A little bit of help from his defense, and Jackson Hoyt faces the minimum despite a 1-out single. To the 9th we go at Stony Brook Field. Still no score between the Gatemen and Whitecaps.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
To the top of the 9th, last chance for Wareham to go in front in regulation. Top of the order, you can't ask for much more if you're Ryan Smythe. Righty, lefty, righty. 1, 2, 3 in the forms of R.J. Hamilton, Connor Cuff, and Cohen Nikolai. Jamie Shevchik can sense it. He makes an Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen. It's Colt Peterson trying to slam the door in the 9th.
That he is. Peterson has made one appearance so far this season. That was against Chatham on the 17th of July. In that game, an inning of no hit, no walk, 1 strikeout ball. This past season with the Cardinal, a 3-1 record, over 24 appearances, all out of the bullpen for a 6.37 ERA in 29 2/3 innings pitched. So all right numbers from him. 10 walks, though, to 19 strikeouts. So he likes the K and will look to attack this top half of the order.
And for Peterson, it's really a 3-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, changeup. But to right-handed hitters, that fastball and slider combine for nearly 100% of his pitches. It's in between the 95 and 100 percentile. Lefties, he does mix up that changeup and slider at a little bit higher frequency, 15% on the slider and 25 on the change. But right now he faces a right-hander in R.J. Hamilton. We're expecting fastball, slider for Colt Peterson out of the bullpen. Top of the 9th, no score. Peterson from the windup. First pitch, check swing. The appeal down. He did go. Our first base umpire, Brendan Murphy, puts R.J. Hamilton behind 0-1.
Big at-bat here. What a game this has been.
A pitcher's duel, about as good as you can get. The 0-1, Hamilton squares to bunt, comes in at the hand and pops it foul. Hamilton got jammed, tried to keep the Whitecaps defense off balance. Would have been a late crash from the third base side for Holden Pantier. We've seen Hamilton do it. That time can't put it in play, 0-2.
I just got a little bit jumpy there. Would have been a strike, so not the worst bunt attempt in the world, but now he's got to go to work with 2 strikes.
Leadoff hitter. Top of the 9th. Peterson gets his sign. Winds and fires. Up and away for ball 1. 83-mile-an-hour slider. Hamilton lays off, trying to go across body. Hamilton singled in the 6th. It was a part of that 3-hit 6th inning. Wareham, all 3 of its hits for the day came in that frame. 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, an easy take for Hamilton. Count level at 2-2. Gatemen left 2 on in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, but outside of that, 6 total frames without a base runner. 2-2. Up and in. Fastball at the letters, comes in at 92 miles an hour. And Hamilton, after being behind 0-2, has worked the count full.
Huge pitch here.
Peterson trying to avoid giving up a leadoff base runner. The payoff. Hamilton swings, Fastball popped up left side of the infield, drifting foul. Pantier over, straddling the line, and it finally comes down and he makes the play at the letters for out number 1.
That was a mile-high pop-up right there. Tough play for Pantier over at third. Hamilton battled hard, but lost it in the end.
Sun continuing to set here at Stony Brook Field. Trees outline the outfield all the way around. Currently the infield entirely shaded. Outfield, for the most part, about 2/3 from center to right in the sun. First pitch to Connor Cuff. Swung on, looped foul, left side. A long run for Jamie Daly. Tried to give it a look, but runs out of time. Strike 1. Right on left, Peterson to Cuff. Third baseman, a 1-for-3 day. Peterson, deep breath. Comes set, the 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball at 92. Cuff singled his last time up. He was the last hitter to face the starter, Gaines Estridge. 1-1. Swinging a foul left side, right into the trees beyond the third base dugout. And Cuff behind 1 and 2.
Seeing it well, putting together a good fight. See what he can do here.
Did not see the reliever Otto Espinoza at all. 1-2. Peterson from the belt. Winds and delivers. Inside, count evens 2-2. Espinoza, first call out of the pen for Jamie Shevchik. No hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and of course, no runs. Continued the scoreless streak that started with Gaines Estridge. 2-2. Fouled straight back. Cuff stays alive in a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Still no score in the top of the 9th. Peterson looks in, gets the sign, 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, slapped over to third. Gloved by Pantier, a strong throw to first, beats out a hustling Cuff for the second out of the inning. An active inning for the third baseman Pantier, a couple of putouts, and now Wareham at least down to its final out here in the 9th. Still hoping to potentially extend this game into extras.
Certainly, and it's been good stuff from Peterson, looking to handle Nikolai, waiting to see if there's anyone getting going for Wareham for the bottom of the 9th.
Probably the 2 most dangerous hitters right there for the Gatemen. Retired. First pitch to Nikolai, misses up and in. Slider for ball 1. Hamilton and Cuff retired to start Colt Peterson's day. The 1-0. Pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes, 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Nobody up in the Gatemen bullpen, so you expect it to be Jackson Hoyt in the bottom of the 9th to try and close the door. Obviously, Wareham wants to get there with the lead, but right now down to its final out, the 2-0. Fly ball, shallow center field. Torres gets a read, jogs in. Makes the catch above his head for the 3rd out of the inning. No hits, no runs, no errors in the field, nobody left on. A clean 1-2-3 out of the pen for Colt Peterson. Jackson Hoyt tries to keep it a scoreless ball game as we head to the bottom of the 9th at Stony Brook Field.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kieran and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Bottom of the ninth at Stony Brook Field. Still no score between Wareham and Brewster. Whitecaps trying to win it right here in the home half. Adam Hipsky alongside Dan Shalam. Jackson Hoyt back to work. He's pitched 1 1/3, trying to go 2 1/3 and get this game to extra innings for Wareham. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Whitecaps. Holden Pantier, Tristan McClatty, and Owen Jenkins. The pinch hitter would be the final of the three. It'll be left on right after Hoyt faced the minimum in the 8th. From the windup, his first pitch of the inning. Fastball, inside corner, called a strike, 0-1. Pantier 0 for 2 today with a walk. Has not faced Hoyt, who came in with the bases loaded in the 7th. The 0-1. Flared right side into the net for strike 2. Fastball slider to start Jackson Hoyt's 9th inning. He gets ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Hoyt, deep breath, 0-2. Line drive over the head of the third baseman Cuff into left field. A leadoff single, a long turn looking at second for Pantier. His first hit of the day is a leadoff single in the 9th.
Well, that's just what the doctor ordered if you're Brewster. You got the leadoff hitter aboard. There is a group of kids out in center field, 4 of them that have taken their shirts off and are rallying the Whitecaps out near Cappy's Pavilion, trying to walk this game off.
It doesn't get much more electric than that. Trying to will Brewster to victory. Third hit of the game for the Whitecaps. It'll be left on left to Tristan McClatty, 0 for 3 today. Hoyt sets and fires. McClatty squares to bunt and grounds it foul. Cuff came in from the left side, and it's 0-1. Pantier was the first right-handed hitter that Hoyt had faced. Left-hander surrenders a single. 0-1. Hoyt nods and collects himself below the letters. The pitch, McClatty squares once again, lays it down left side, and it trickles foul. Cuff came in, saw it start to jump on that white chalk line, third base side, and it dribbles foul.
This is the same scenario as the 7th inning where Pantier got aboard. McClatty was tasked with getting down the bunt. He failed, ended up striking out. So he's 0 for 4 on bunt attempts in this game.
No balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first in Pantier. Hoyt, deep breath, comes home. McClatty pops it up left side, curling foul, and out of play. Stays alive in a 0-2 count. McClatty struck out his last time up. That was in the 7th against Finn Edwards. Third arm out of the pen today for the Gatemen. Hoyt's 0-2. Just outside. Tried to clip the zone at the knees. 81-mile-an-hour slider, and the count's 1-2. Pantier, 4 stolen bases this summer. Small lead off of first. Nikolai gunned one down last half inning. The 1-2 lined up the middle. Cruson sprints again, drops in front for a base hit. Pantier takes a turn, looks at second, and goes back to the bag. Consecutive singles here in the 9th, and Brewster threatening. 2 on and nobody out.
Just what you want if you are Brewster. Back-to-back hits, and now this seems like the natural point with the catcher, Owen Jenkins, coming to the plate. You're going to have him lay down bunt, put runners at second and third with 1 out.
And Jenkins laid one down successfully. last time he was up, and a potential pinch hitter looming. Jamie Daly is not in the on-deck circle. Instead, it's Jacob Lee, Cape League All-Star and a home run contest participant. Runners on first and second. No score, but Brewster putting together its best run here in the bottom of the ninth. Left on right, Jenkins looks at a first pitch fastball on the bottom third, called a strike. Jenkins reached on an error in the seventh. Hoyt came in with the bases loaded in the seventh. Had to get one out and struck out Will Baker. Trying to work around some traffic here again in the ninth. The 0-1. Spikes in the dirt. Slider at 81. And Clyde keeps it in front of him, and the count's 1-1. Runners stay put at first and second.
Kind of surprising here that there's been no bunt attempt from Jenkins.
He was 2 for 3 yesterday with a triple and an RBI. A base hit could win it for Brewster. The pitch from Hoyt. Fouled straight back. Hoyt gets ahead in the count, 1-2. What a spot here for Jackson Hoyt. Faced the minimum in the eighth after Cohen Nicolai caught Cash Strayer stealing. Hoyt takes a long stare in. Now readies. Long lead from the base runners. 1-2. Cut on and miss. What a strikeout from Jackson Hoyt. He needed it. And there's one down in the ninth.
That was really gritty right there. Just good stuff. Buries the slider. Gets the swing and miss. But now he has to go against the home run derby and CCBL All-Star Jacob Lee.
Jacob Lee, 11 hits in his last 12 games. Has not played since July 20th against Falmouth. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Comes in replacing Jamie Daly. Left on right. Hoyt gets the sign. Still runners on first and second. No score, bottom 9. The pitch. Slider just outside. Nicolai liked the spot. Lee didn't. He holds, and it's 1-0. So Jamie Daly an 0 for 3 day with a couple of strikeouts. Easy pinch hit spot for Jamie Shevchik. Hoyt looks in. 1-0. Runner on the move to third. Nicolai's pitch low, and he does not throw down to third. Pantier over to third, and Dan with one away. The game-winning run just 90 feet away.
What a pitch to decide to steal on right there if you're Pantier. It's not like McLaddy trailed him, but now you would expect McLaddy to be in motion. He's a total speed threat and could force a throw down from Nicolai.
2-0 the count. Hoyt sets the pitch. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. And right here, wouldn't be surprised if you see Hoyt pitch away from Lee with a base open.
Not like it gets any better, though. Michael Torres waits on deck.
And that's exactly what they do. They intentionally walk Jacob Lee. So like you said, Dan, the lineup card turns over. It'll be Michael Torres, the center fielder from Miami, going up against the left-hander from Florida. Infield comes in with 1 out. Taking away the double play, but trying to get the force out at home and get this game to a 10th inning. And Eric Luxus is out of the first base dugout. Jackson Hoyt has had the bases loaded today, Dan, but this time around he has to get 2 outs instead of 1, and he's got to do it against the top-hitting Michael Torres, who's top 5 in the Cape League in batting average.
It's quite the tall task, right? But double play does the job here, gets you out of this. Nicolai needs to be very cautious because unlike against the righties, Hoyt's going to try and pull the slider cross body, which makes things a little bit uncomfortable for Nicolai when he has to get down and block. But really nightmare scenario here if you're Wareham.
And Jackson Hoyt in the 9th. It's been single, strikeout, intentional walk. Now Michael Torres, 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs, had the walk back in the 7th. Mound visit breaks. Only one on the hill is Jackson Hoyt. Left on left with one out in the bottom of the ninth. No score. Whitecaps trying to break the deadlock. It would win them the game, give them their 21st win of the summer. Hoyt's first pitch to Torres. Skips in the dirt, and Clyde keeps it in front of him. Ball one.
Well, that's what you have to be careful with right there. The Clyde can't let anything by.
Infield still in. Toes on the grass for all four. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases loaded. Hoyt delivers. Fastball outside and a 2 ball, no strike count now on Torres.
Not where you want to be.
Not one bit. Torres batted 6th yesterday. Moved up into the leadoff spot today. Hoyt, the 2-0. Up and away, 3 balls, no strikes, and Jackson Hoyt is on the doorstep of losing this one on a walk-off walk.
And Torres obviously not going to swing here, at least I don't think. Probably take the next 2 pitches and see if he deals a ball.
Left on left, bases loaded, a 3-0 count. Hoyt goes over to third. And talk about breaking up the sequencing, and there's not a better time to do it than right there.
Just trying to give himself some breathing room.
Ball back in his left hand. Stands still, glares in. Black mitt pressed up against the right thigh. Now comes set, 3-0 with the bases loaded. Called a strike inside corner. 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Hoyt took a little bit off of it. Still needs to battle here.
See if Torres even is willing to swing here.
Infield still in. Hoyt needs another strike. The 3-1. Called strike 2. Back-to-back fastballs. That one at 89 paints the outside corner, and this count is full. Still just 1 out. 3 straight balls, followed by 2 straight strikes. Nowhere to put him. 3-2. Low for ball 4, and Brewster wins it. With 1 out in the ninth, Michael Torres takes the 1-out walk-off walk. And from the third base dugout and from left field, everyone crashes. The leadoff hitting Michael Torres as Brewster takes it 1-0.
That's a backbreaker for sure right there. Not really many other ways to put it. You got the first 2 singles, and the last thing you want to do is lose the game on a walk. At a game where the Wareham staff really did an amazing job. It's not their day, and they get swept in this 2-game series to Brewster.
Yeah, that one, such a killer as we look around the Cape. YD in the top of the ninth has a 4-3 lead on Cotuit. So that one coming down to the wire as well. Hyannis and Bourne knotted up at zeros. Orleans with a 2-0 lead on Harwich and Falmouth and Chatham. Bottom of the first, still no score there. But here at Stony Brook Field, Brewster takes both of the 2-game set and advances to 21-8-3 and continues its creep up on the first place Whitey Red Sox in the East Division. Wareham falls to 10-21. Colt Peterson gets the win for the Whitecaps. Jackson Hoyt with the loss for the Gatemen. Dan, your final thoughts on, like you said it, a backbreaker. Hard to get much worse than that.
Just got to flush it. The biggest game is tomorrow's game against Cotuit. And regardless of if they lose today or pull it out in the ninth, you need to be as locked in as possible going into tomorrow. The concerning part is you kind of dumped out the bullpen in this game and went for it and ended up losing. You got Mark Brissy on the mound tomorrow, who is an all-star. You hope you can just reset. Wareham has only scored 1 run now over the last 18 innings. The offense has gone completely cold.
And it took until the 9th inning yesterday, and Wareham couldn't break through at all today. It was a stellar pitcher's duel, but Brewster takes it on a walk-off walk in the bottom of the 9th. Game 31 goes to the Whitecaps over the Gatemen. 1-0 your final. Thank you all for joining us here on this beautiful Thursday night on the Cape. It doesn't get much more picture perfect than this, but right now Wareham falling to 10-21. But the big one, the one that's been circled on everyone's schedule for about the last 2.5 weeks. It's the Cotuit Kettleers that come to town tomorrow at Spillane Field. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock, and we will talk to you then. For my partner, Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky.